Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, working on the bench and want to do a quick video of an easy way to add a headlight to a Marx motor that does not have one. Now, I just put this together. It's a double reduction motor, as you can see, in fairly decent condition, and didn't run, and just put some new wheels on it. And the E-unit was bad, so I just bypassed the E-unit, as you can see. But it has no headlight, and as you see, it has no provision for a headlight. So it was originally out of a Commodore Vanderbilt. And I just want to show you an easy way to add a headlight to a locomotive or to a motor that does not have one. And let me make sure this is focused. The biggest problem I'm having tonight is the tip went out on my soldering gun. And so when your tip breaks, it just disables the soldering gun and it won't work at all. So an easy fix is just to cut it off flush, twist the contacts, this is pure copper, twist the contacts together and just file the ends and re-tin it, and it gets it up and running. So I'll get a new tip tomorrow, but anyway, it's been making it difficult to do anything. So in order to add this headlight, as you see, there's no provision for a headlight on this at all. So what I did was I took a piece of hacksaw blade, heated it red hot so I could bend it, and I bent it into a 7 shape or an L shape, depending on what end you're looking at, and soldered the socket directly to that hacksaw blade, as you see. So now you can take this hacksaw blade, make sure this is focused, and slide it into position, and you have an instant headlight. And then you just take your power wire, bring it down, and solder it to the power strip or the contactor or whatever motor you're working on, and it gives you an instant headlight. So it just slips onto the front of the E-unit. As you see, it's really basic, it's really simple. Just slides into position and you have an instant headlight on your motor. So what I'm going to do is solder this into position. So let's measure this wire. And of course I had to use a separate power wire. And we'll cut this off. I'm using a piece of bell wire here. And strip this. And I'm just going to solder it directly to this power strip. Now, it has a lot of unused holes here, so I can just stick this directly in that hole, as you see. And we will solder it right there. Alright, refocus this camera. Try to zoom in a bit so you can see this. Now this soldering iron or soldering gun is really big and clunky with this makeshift tip, but it does work. So we're going to solder that wire into position. Wait for this to get hot. Like I said, it does work. It's really clunky this way, but it still works. So I'll get a new tip for it tomorrow. They're about $6 if I remember right. Alright, so let's solder this into position. Trying to do this so you can see it, of course. It isn't very efficient this way, but it does work. Alright. We've soldered it into position. It's slid onto the E-unit, as you see. Let me zoom out. We'll screw a light bulb into it. Now I've got my bench transformer here. So clip this on. And as you see, an instant headlight for a motor that does not have one. It's really simple to do this. It only takes a minute. The best part about it, of course, is the fact that it works. And it gives you a socket, so you can just screw the bulb in and out. And you can do a much better job than this. Like I said, it's really difficult to do this with this clunky soldering iron, or soldering gun. Like I said, I'll get a new tip for it tomorrow. But as you can see, it's really simple to do this. And the nice thing about it is it gives you a socket. And you can just unscrew the bulb. That came unsoldered. But it's really simple. And it just snaps on and off. And then once you have this on and soldered, it will stay on there virtually forever. Alright, let's re-solder this thing so it stays soldered this time. Move it back to where there's an actual solder joint. Alright. Like I said, this thing, it just broke tonight. Figures. And it doesn't work well, but it does work. Alright, good enough. Let that cool for a second. And you have added a headlight to a Marx motor that did not have one. And you have a socket now. You can just screw a bulb into it. This is really simple to do. As you see, up and running, and it only takes a second to do this. And it doesn't look bad. And the nice thing about it, of course, is the fact that it works. It's simple. It's really efficient. Self-grounding. You just slide it onto the front of the E unit and connect your power wire, and you have an instant headlight. So I just want to do a quick video on this. It's really simple to do it. It only takes a second. It's much easier without having to fight with this club, that's for sure. But like I said, if your soldering gun breaks, if the tip breaks, you're out of business. So this is a quick expedient. Just twist the copper connectors together, file it on the end, and tin it, and at least you're up and running again. So I'll get a new tip tomorrow. But in the meantime, just want to show you a really simple way to add a headlight to a motor that doesn't have one. It's simple, it's really easy to do it, it's efficient, and you actually add a socket so you can unscrew the bulb and replace it when it burns out, if it burns out. So a really, really simple way to add a headlight to a Marx motor that does not have one. So just want to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.